Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of From the Bottom Up. And today we are doing Def Leppard Pyromania, which took the world by storm on January the 20th, 1983, going all the way up to number two on the charts. It has since sold 10 million copies. Yes, that's right, 10 million. Diamond status. And it was produced by Robert John Muttlang, of course. And interesting note on this one was that it features rhythm guitar by former guitarist Pete Willis, who was fired for alcohol abuse during the recording sessions here. And Phil Collen ended up playing on this album. That's his first album with Def Leppard. He played some solos and some other guitars on this album. So that was an interesting note here. Obviously, this was the album that really broke him huge. Many fans consider this the last good or great Def Leppard album. Um, so we've got 10 tracks on here. Obviously, this is one of those albums where you just don't skip a track. Every song is good, and it really made it tougher to try to track some of the, I would say, number 4 through 10, because you got to remember every song is good, but it's really hard when they all kind of fall in around the same area. You got four stellar standouts on here that are, no doubt my one through four, but then the rest of them, you know, it's harder to try to figure out where they actually fall in the ranking. But we're gonna do it here. We've got an idea here, and this is what we came up with. Number 10. So this is what we feel is the weakest track on the album, but we definitely like it. And that's going to be Die Hard the Hunter. Yeah, that's right. Die Hard the Hunter at number 10 here. Very good song, but just compared to the rest of the songs, I just feel that just didn't hit me as hard as everything else. So this is the one I've got for number 10. Number 9. Many people are probably going to think I fell and hit my head or something, but I've got Rock of Ages, and I'll tell you why. Obviously, Rock of Ages was one of the big singles on this album. It peaked at number 16, but I just feel, I don't know, whenever I hear it or even live, I just can't really get into it. I always liked the song, don't get me wrong, but I just never really loved the song. And I don't even know why. It's just I don't know. It just doesn't really. It's not a bad song at all, but I just haven't never really gotten into it as much as I did my one through four, obviously, and a couple of these other ones here. So that's what I've got, and I'm sticking to it. Number 9, Rock of Ages. Number 8. So coming under fire. Definitely a track that doesn't get a lot of airplay. Very rarely ever, and very rarely played live as well. They recently did it, I believe, somewhere, which sounded pretty cool to see it being performed live again, which they probably haven't done since the Pyromania tour. So, but I like it. It's a very good, solid song. Coming Under Fire. That's what I got there. Number 7. I was surprised this song ended up where it did, but when you look and see what's ahead of it, now I can kind of understand. This is one that's definitely been played many shows. They broke it in and out of, maybe every couple tours they would bring it out and play it. And it got a lot of airplay on the radio, but it was never released as a single. And we're talking Too Late for Love. Just a great song that it's definitely one of the best songs in the whole catalog. I would rank it probably in the top 20 for sure. But unfortunately, all the other good stuff on this album, it makes it harder. So that's where we got it at 7. Number 6, I've got Action Not Words. Yeah, this is one of those standouts for me. It kind of hides on the album, never got the airplay, but it just does a great song. I really like it. sick and tired of the damn TV, you know what I mean? And just a lot of cool lyrics and a good riff there, and got it at number 6, and we're gonna go down to number 5, and that is gonna be none other than Billy's Got a Gun. And this is where this album really starts taking off for me. Billy's Got a Gun is one of the standouts that when I first heard it, I knew that it was going to be one of the songs that I really liked. It's the song that ends the album, and interestingly enough, it's kind of attached. Like if you hear it, play the CD all the way through, the last 56 seconds of it is a hidden track, which they actually named "The March of the Wooden Zombies," and that's something I never knew before. Interesting. You know, don't know how to describe it, but it's definitely a weird, not really it's more like a sound effect type situation, but yeah, definitely still solid song in my estimation for sure. So that's where I've got Billy's Got a Gun. I've got number 4. We've got Foolin'. And this is obviously was a big single, peaked at number 28. Yeah, I really love this song. This is one of those standards, like no matter how many times I hear it, I enjoy it. Foolin' is just one of those great songs that it stood the test of time. And obviously they play at every show. You know, this is one of those songs you're definitely going to hear off this album for sure. When they play it. But Foolin' definitely, yeah, we got that at number 4. Number 3. Now this one we're going with is Stage Fright. And obviously, Stage Fright is one of those great songs that the band's kind of they haven't really played it much recently over the years. They'll play it here and there. Looks like it was played a few times in 2013 at one of their residencies in Las Vegas. Yeah, but I remember seeing this, man, I would say back on the Hysteria tour, I would assume. And I remember that they basically this was the opening track, and then right after this they would go right into Rock Till You Drop. I thought that was pretty cool at the time. That just is a good 1-2 punch. You know, it's like welcome to my show, and the place went nuts. That was on the Hysteria tour, and that was when they were in the round too. It was an interesting setup, an interesting concept that they never really did that ever again for a tour, which is be interesting to see if they would do that again one more time for the road there. Give it a whole new perspective. I really enjoyed that tour. Got to see it twice with two legs. We got to see it in Buffalo with Tesla opening. And then like 6 months later, they came to Hamilton, Ontario, and I got to go see Queensryche in the round opening for Def Leppard back in man, that must have been 87. Great times. Those were the days, man, when concerts were really awesome to go to. Cheaper, much more affordable, and and you always had a great time at those type of shows. Those are the memories you remember the most. You really don't remember a lot of the recent tours that you've gone to because a lot of them are really basically all the same. Back then, though, certain things always made a tour stand out most, for whatever reason. This one, obviously, the in the round part was what really made this one stand out. So I've got Stage Fright, the opening track from that tour, and one of the great songs on Pyromania at number 3. And number 2, I got a song we just mentioned, Rock Till You Drop. And they've opened up many shows with this one over the years. They don't play it every tour, but when they do, man, it goes down great. What a great song, Rock Till You Drop. I remember when I very first heard that song, when I bought this album, I'm playing it and I'm going, wait a minute, did they make a mistake here? This doesn't sound like Def Leppard, because of Photograph. I bought it all for Photograph. It's the whole reason why I bought Pyromania. And when I got to play the opening track, which was "Rock Rock Till You Drop." I don't know. For me, it just didn't sound like it belonged on the album for some reason. I thought it sounded like another band or something. But man, what a great song! Always loved this one, regardless. And yeah, it opens the album, kicks it off in fine style. And it's one of very few non-singles to appear in a set list. Another one like would have been "Too Late for Love." That was a non-single, which they played frequently over the years. And that's what we got there, "Rock Rock Till You Drop." And then we're going to go down to the song that I mentioned already, which is obviously a no-brainer. Um, hear it many times on Hear Nation and 97 Rock, all the different radio stations that you listen to. If it's a rock station, you've heard this song probably a million times like me, but I never, ever, ever get sick of it. This is just one of those great songs. And we're talking Photograph. The song was the lead single from the album in America, peaking at number 12. Yeah, big exposure on MTV and everything. It's the song that really helped break this band, and widely considered one of the best songs from the band's whole catalog when you look back at all the different media like Rolling Stone and all these other outlets that all rank songs from a catalog, and the song's always really high on the list for sure. And pretty much played at every single show ever since. Usually played the last song of the night. And if you're familiar with the ending there, right after its ending, Joe Elliott's famous last words, "We'll see you next time." And there will be a next time. So just a great song, always a great way to end the show. Really enjoy this one. And that's where I've got it at number one here, Photograph. We're going to give this a quick rundown. We've got number 10, Die Hard the Hunter. Number 9, Rock of Ages. Number 8, Coming Under Fire. Number 7, Too Late for Love. Number 6, Action Not Words. 5, Billy's Got a Gun. 4, Foolin'. 3, Stage Fright. 2, Rock Rock Till You Drop. And number 1, Photograph. Stay tuned for many more episodes here. We'll probably get a couple more Def Leppard in, I would say, over the next month. We already did Hysteria. Be on the lookout for that. We'll put that in the link for you there to click on and check out how we ranked Hysteria from the bottom up. And we'll see you on the flip side.